catches, puts up a three. Won't go. Rebound Bosh. Back out to Allen. His three-pointer. Bang! Tie game with 5 seconds remaining.
Oh yeah. We packing somebody up tonight. Hey. Come on in, take your shoes off before we close the door. Few rules, heat pack in the air, we about to blow. This the basement, ain't nobody safe, you already know. Grab a seat and kick your feet before you get too comfortable. You want the X's and the O's, the trade, yes and no. Friends and the foes, the butlers and the heroes. You can feel it in your soul, but when the ring is the goal. But if somebody need to go, we be sure to let you know. Going hard for my dogs is an everyday thing. Like Jimmy down the lane of 13 off the screen. Whole squad keep it tucked like number 17. Bring your takes and your memes, going hard for the team. Going down in the basement. It's going down in the basement. Get your takes off. Get your takes off. Going down in the basement.
Yeah. Welcome to the Basement Sports Network post-game show. I'm your host, Royal A. Shepherd. My voice a little bit gone. Before we start in things, what's your name? SBA V8R? Fuck you. Yesterday, I didn't want to do a show, so we didn't do one. But yes, we here. We pulled up. We should have did yesterday's show because that was a better game than this piss-poor shit that we got today. But hey, second night of a back-to-back, 9th game on the road out of 10 games. Most of your fucking team out. Brother, I went in here with very low expectations, and I got exactly what I expected. So to help me do the show today, we got a full panel for y'all. Even though the Miami Heat didn't give y'all that, we're going to start with my boy, Ant DiNardo. Ant, how you doing today, gang?
You don't care.
I don't at all. I'm glad you didn't even waste my time with explaining it. My boy, Hot Take Harrison, pulling up one time for the one time. First time in a long time. Harry, how you doing today?
Yeah, I picked a bad stream to be my first stream, but here I am, ready to go.
That's right. Maybe you'll help me navigate it in a different direction. The most consistent member of the basement so far this year, Alex Sheltman. Sheltman, how you doing today?
Hey, give yourself some credit. You got me by a couple.
Brother,
I'm doing well.
I am inevitable. Okay, I'm not here because I choose to be. I'm here because I have to be. Because the folks be bitching and moaning when I ain't. Now that we've gotten the riffraff out the way, ladies and gentlemen, also rounding out this panel, we got two of my favorite members of the Kang Gang. We got the chairman, Kang Ricky. Ricky, how you doing today?
Well, it's been a wonderful weekend for obvious reasons. I feel great.
Brother, look, dog. I be trying with Ricky, bro. Like, let's have an honesty moment. We're going to pull back the curtain for a second before I talk to my boy Threat, who got some damn sense. I be trying with Ricky, y'all, but he getting him a fucking nerve with that shit, man. You in timeout! Let me put you back on here so I can say it to your face. Timeout, ho! King Threat! You make me feel better just by your presence, gang. How you doing today?
Hey, man, another beautiful day in Heat basketball land, right? Am I right?
Brother, we got culture, guts, and all that type of shit on here all evening long. I'm putting you back up here, Ricky. Get on the bottom. So we'll start with you, Ricky. Give me your thoughts on tonight's game.
I mean, quite frankly, aside from the obvious color scheme and the joy in my heart for obvious reasons, I think this is a Jaime Jaquez celebration night. That's all I'm saying. 18 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, 8 for 15 from the field in 31 minutes. I don't care about the fact that, I mean, I do care. But look, he played well tonight. I like that stat line. I'm with it. That's all I got to say about, tonight's game, which was, a schedule loss? Who cares? Jaime Jaquez performed very well, and so did his sister. So it's a great weekend all around.
Brother, leave that Mexican man's, how you say sister in Spanish? Abuela alone, okay?
That's grandmother.
That's grandmother.
Tia.
That's
auntie.
I think it's hermana.
Madre.
That's mom.
Padre?
Daddy.
Going in the wrong direction now.
Culo.
Okay.
But okay, Harry. But yeah, to your point though, Ricky. Boy, stop. To your point, Ricky.
Put me on full screen.
No, that's great. I feel like Jaime Jaquez was our best player tonight, even though Caleb scored more points.
Oh, here we go.
Nah.
All right. All right. Ed Donato, you want to host this show?
Thank you guys in the comments as always for no, I'm just bullshitting. I'm gonna give you a little song, but brother, y'all know when she show up, I get to show her not. Excuse me, Harrison, we gonna come to you. Harry, give me your thoughts on tonight's game.
I didn't know that a team that came in with a double-digit lead could extend the lead in the fourth quarter. So congrats to the Nets for that. I did not know that was allowed. I've been watching basketball for many years. I did not know you were allowed to do that. So congrats to them tonight. That's impressive. Otherwise, I mean, Ricky called it a scheduled loss. I guess everyone kind of came in when you're missing, four starters, 5 starters, whatever it was. You're not thinking that you're going to win, but I don't know, man. We can talk about it later. I just don't understand. Like, I don't know if the Heat prepare for this stuff. I don't know if they know, like, the schedule came out 3 months ago and, they kind of knew this was coming up. They probably shouldn't have any of their roster players in Sioux Falls on a back-to-back when you're playing in New York. But yeah, I mean, hardest condition, toughest working, tailbone in the league.
Yeah, but into the neck bone and the green grass grew all around and around. Ass mantra. Like, I don't give a fuck about that shit. That shit was not cooking out. You were alluding to Orlando Robinson being with the G League tonight, though, right? Like, you felt like he could have helped some.
Yeah, I just don't understand. Like, listen, if the roster's completely full and they need to put some of these two-way guys over there to give them some run, or they think, Jovic playing entire games over there is going to benefit him and the team, no problem. When nearly half your roster is out and not available, I'm not sure what they're thinking. And it wasn't even that Orlando played bad in the Cleveland game. So I don't even understand, like, what the thought process was there. Like, send him when the schedule is normal and you're back home and you want to get him 2 full games there. But what's the point? Like, we had to watch Thomas Bryant absolutely suck ass tonight. They force-feed it to that guy more than they give it to Bam. And it's like, he's not good. So, he was signed he's a depth signing. They hoped he'd be an okay backup to Bam. I don't think it's worked out that well, but I'm just confused about the rationale there and what their thought process is. And even if fine, they sent Orlando, I don't know if he played a game in Sioux Falls. Like, it's 2023. We have planes. This is a multi-million-dollar organization. They can't send a flight for him to come to New York and help the team out when they have 10 guys. I think it was 8 or 9 by the end of the game. Like, what's the rationale there? Besides, again, we've talked about this before. Why does this team make it harder on themselves than it needs to be? Like, they could have lost just fine, but why do we have to have, now Highsmith's unfortunately injured. Who knows how long he's going to be out with that injury. He landed pretty bad on his ass. Kevin Love
got bumped up a little bit, and so that was a little bit tough for him too. One thing, Core's with the $10 dono, is it time to address the Thomas Bryant issue? Because he looks a lot like Dwayne Dedman. Thomas Bryant is he's horrific defensively, and that's a major problem. Like in his minutes, because tonight it was just like, what's the boy named Nick Claxton? He was just like doing whatever he wanted to in the paint, like get it. I think the play that he ended up in his last play with Nick Claxton kind of like faked him out his damn shoes and essentially walked to a wide open ass layup. Like that, that's the type of shit that was going on with Thomas Bryant. That's kind of like making it harder and harder to play. I mean, hence the reason we've been playing Kevin Love as the backup 5, because at least he's good positionally. Thomas Bryant's not even that. Ant Donato got the raggediest fucking computer of all time. I want to thank my boy Polinsky Pierre with the $4.99 dono. He said, G League highlights won't fool me again. These motherfuckers all buns. Send them all back. I disagree. I like the way Jamal Cain played a little bit tonight. I thought he was cool. Yeah, that's about it. Shelton, give me your thoughts on tonight's game.
Yeah, this was definitely one of the 82 games of basketball that the Miami Heat will play this regular season. For sure. What is there to talk about this game? Like, everyone worthy of any praise ever in this uniform currently rostered by them was not playing tonight. And so you had an offense led by Jaime Jaquez Jr. and Caleb Martin. Like, sure, it's the Brooklyn Nets. They're not anything special either, but like, you can't expect to win these games when you're playing your 14th and 15th guys on the roster 15 minutes when they shouldn't even be seeing any run at all. I guess the biggest takeaway from this game is, bro, Nikola Jovic needs to like be off the roster entirely. Like, if they're not going to play him, then trade him. This is the game where you play him. Give him 25, 30 minutes. And if you're not going to play him on this game of all games, when are you going to play him? Because they don't have time to sit around in an era where they're trying to win now. 4 years for him to figure shit out. I like his offensive skill set. I think he can be something of an offensive talent within the league in the NBA. The problem is they don't have the time or the luxury to sit around and wait for him to get to that point. He is an absolute anomaly of piss on defense. It's the most embarrassing thing I've seen. And
he
in
had
a game
3
where
fouls in 6 minutes.
Bro, like he was on his Duncan Robinson shit tonight. Like, I don't know what the hell was happening. There must always be a Duncan Robinson in the Miami Heat, I guess. But yeah, like my biggest takeaway, as I said, if Jovic isn't getting run in this type of game, there needs to be a larger conversation around that.
Yeah, Thread, I want to ask you a question, bro, because this shit here came up and it keeps coming up. People are blaming Spo because he's playing Nikola Jovic at the 5. And my thing is, like, he's going to get killed. If you say he's a guard, fine. If you play him at guard, they're still going to put him in pick and roll and he's going to get killed. You play him at the 5, they're going to put him in pick and roll and he's going to get killed. No matter where you play him defensively, like, he's going to get killed on defense. So why is it that people are tripping about where they're playing him?
I think to unlock his full offensive potential, you have to play him as a guard. You know what I'm saying? Because his game just doesn't fit as a 5, bro. We just got to keep it real, bro. Like, even Jimmy said it on the stream, bro. Like, he's not a 5, bro. So you have to unlock his offensive potential, and for that to happen, he's got to be with the ball in his hands, bro. It has to be point Jovic, bro, and that's the only way we can get something out of him. Because if we play him like a traditional 4, like a traditional 5, he's just not going to thrive in that environment, bro. So I don't know what Eric Spoelstra's plan is with Jovic, bro, but we have to figure something out at this point, bro, because what we seen tonight, I'm pretty sure everybody was excited to get Jovic minutes, bro. But for him to have 5 minutes for that long, even though he did have the 3 fouls early on in the game, it's unacceptable, bro. I don't know what the game plan is, bro. Like, you could have kept his ass at Seahawks Falls, whatever the name of that bullshit is for all this bullshit, bro. Honestly.
So, like, I agree with you, bro. Like, tonight you saw flashes of it. Like, he had the 3 or what he ended up with, what?
I think 5 assists.
4 assists. Yeah. He ended up with 4 assists. But yeah, like, he ended up with 4, bro. I'm looking at the stat sheet. He ended up with 1 point, 5 fouls, 4 assists, 6 rebounds. And I think you saw the flashes of what you're talking about. Him getting the rebound, being able to push the pace, and being able to find open shooters, get the ball moving around a little bit. And that's all well and good, brother. But if you can't find a way to at least use the skills that you got, you are tall. And so, brother, use that defensively. I don't think we can use that as in a guard context. I think even on defense, he's going to have to be a 4 or a 5. He can't be a 1 in this league on defense. And so I think the way that you use him, yeah, you can use him a lot like you use Bam, changing shit up every now and again, letting him get some ball handling duties. But, like, he is what he is, bro. Ain't no 6'10" guards out here not guarding the paint, bro. He going to have to. Before your internet go out again, want to hear your thoughts on not only the Nico conversation, but the game as a whole.
Yeah, it's NBA apps that he had 5 assists, but it don't really matter. I mean, yeah, he's probably more of a guard, but I feel like he kind of did run the guard position, even if he was out there with other guards, because when he got the rebound, he was pushing it down the court.
Ball.
And I mean, 16 minutes, 5 assists. I felt like he kind of was that role, but I mean, he's 19 years old. Whether he's good or not, Spo's just not gonna play him solely because he's 19. If that's a good move, probably not, because like Alex said, he has some value as a prospect. At the very least, you can get someone who can contribute now for nights like tonight. So maybe you can get a win. But just as on the game as a whole, I mean, you got Harry talking about Thomas Bryant sucking ass and force feeding. I think he was watching the Human Centipede tonight. I was watching the Heat game. I don't know what he was doing. I know Ricky said he liked Tommy Jaquez tonight. When I saw everyone was out tonight, I went on the Hard Rock app. I opened up the other anonymous player prop betting app that doesn't sponsor us. I won't say the name. I took the Jaime over. I took the fucking Highsmith over. That
What was the
motherfucker
line?
got hurt.
What was the
Highsmith
line?
8.5. He had 8. Jaime was 18.5. He had 18. So hence my fucking name right here. I should have bet the fucking under. I said, I'm going to make this damn game interesting for myself, put some fucking money on it. And now I'm double annoyed at this meaningless 1 of 82 game. So that's my thoughts on the fucking game.
That was cool though, but like let's stick with Jaime for a little while. No, Ricky, I actually want to give you an opportunity to jump in on your Slovenian son. Yeah, because we was talking about Nico and I didn't hear your thoughts, and I know you're one of his biggest proponents on the network. Just kind of how do you feel like the way that he's being used versus like the way that he has to be used because of this kind of the way that he's built?
Well, yeah, I mean, not everyone will succeed when you develop them out of position. Nikola Jovic is not a big. He's a tall, but he's not a big. He was a guard or a wing in Europe. And not everyone transitions to the NBA 4 or 5 when they move in, especially when, that's pretty much how they've been used their whole career. Like, that's not something you can necessarily learn on the fly when you're wired a certain way, right? Not only that, his 5-foul performance tonight reminded me of when I was a kid. I was about 7 years old, and I was watching a Bulls game on WGN, and the Bulls were playing, I believe, the Dallas Mavericks, and there was this guy named Bubba Wells who fouled out in like 3 minutes. This was back when Don Nelson was still coaching the Mavericks, and no, they were trash. Don't get me wrong, they were trash, but that's not why you watched it. You watched it to see Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, and Scottie was still injured that night. He was recovering from the foot injury, but the Bulls ended up winning. But
did you say you were 7 when you watched this game?
Yeah.
Nigga, I didn't know what my favorite color was when I was 7 right now, brother. How you still remember these details?
I don't know. It just happens. I care.
I'm sorry. Continue to Nikola Jovic.
Thank you. No, but it was. I know it was fascinating to see how quickly he was getting into foul trouble, and I know that on this Heat team, dating back to when Michael Beasley played here, or even when Darrell Wright played here, when you're talking about high school type of players, they have an extremely short leash. They make one mistake, yank, and that's it. And that's it. It seems to me that that's what happens with Jovic. Like, it's weird. Like, he played 11 minutes or something like that. 16 minutes in a game.
He played more minutes than Thomas Bryant.
Yeah, but Thomas Bryant is, whatever. It's just, it sucks. But at this point, I know we talked about this internally, but it seems that maybe he's going to have to go to a place or a team in the NBA, because I still do believe he's an NBA player. He might have to go to a team that will properly use him, because here's the thing: as good as Miami's been with bargain bin players from the G League and stuff like that, no scout, no front office as far as development, no front office is perfect. It's okay. That happens. It's not a slight on the team. It's just, he might not be the fit. Now, I'm still going to hold out hope on him, though, because I believe that if he does develop into the 4 that I theoretically think he could be for this team, I think that helps out Bam. I think that helps out Jaime. I think that helps out Jimmy. And I think that helps out whoever we end up trading Herro for. So it's fine. It's fine. It's just 1 of 82, like Shelton said.
I'm not going to acknowledge the comment because I feel like you're trying to bait me, and I want to do it. Go ahead, Threat.
I feel like as far as the Heat development goes, bro, it's like, let's keep it real. They develop the same type of guys, bro. Every single time, rough, rugged, 3-and-D type of guys. This is a different type of project. And a project, it looks like they didn't even have the supplies for, bro. You know what I'm saying? They just, turned in the motherfucking project, didn't contribute shit to it. And it looks like they're not going to at all either. know what I'm saying? This is an F. This is an F project that they doing right now, bro. They can't half-ass their way to this project, dog. Stick to what you know. Get them rugged, rough, 3-and-D type of players, because obviously this is not panning out. This is not working out, bro. Stick to what you do best, because this is above
Neither
your
is
pay
their
grade.
system.
But that's an interesting point that he's making right now, Ricky, because Jaime Jaquez fits the mold of the type of players that they develop well, that rough, rugged type of game or whatever, and he's having instant success with Miami. But,
Okay.
but go ahead.
I agree. And there's the numbers show it out. We've seen him play, right? But
Sure.
let me kind of expand it big picture. I'm not gonna push back necessarily against what Threat said because I agree with him. He's right. He's right.
No,
But here's the thing.
I'm saying this Manny guy, I don't agree with.
Oh, no, forget Manny. He's not here. He doesn't exist. He's John Cena to me. No, what I'm saying is like, okay, yeah, that might be the case. He doesn't fit the system, right? But is Miami's system conducive to winning? Because I don't see any rings since 2013.
I think if you're going to think about even tweaking or changing the system, then the player has to be skilled enough in order to warrant that change. I don't think Nico is the type of player that warrants Spo changing anything. That's like he's not his skill set. I understand that, but Spo has like he has a skill set that is unique for this roster, but it's not to the level of a Bam or a Jimmy. I think Spo has a bunch of other players on this roster who this scheme has to terraform to before you get to Nikola Jovic.
Honestly, I'm not sure about that because when you look at guys like Bam or Jaime, they can run. They've got young legs. And if I'm not mistaken, Jovic is the type of player that flourishes in a more open style of play. Now, maybe that's not something that Lowry wants to do for 35 minutes a night, or maybe not Jimmy, but
right.
Say when they're on the bench. I mean, I believe in a diversified offensive strategy. You know, like sometimes you want to grind it. Sometimes you want to run the floor and speed it up. Sometimes you want to,
the problem is, so I'm like move the ball, but I'm enjoying this conversation. So I'll make this last point before I throw it to Harrison with something different. I agree with you that he can offer us a more up-tempo like style of play with a different unit outside of the guys who don't want to do that. So you take out the Lowrys, the Jimmys, and shit like that, and you can put them on the floor with the athletes. So the Calebs and the Bams and those guys who can run. The problem is that we haven't seen Nico be effective outside of the ball being in his hands. And we also know that there's not any imagination of the rotation that he'll be in where he will have the ball in his hand the majority of the time. They're always going to have either Bam, Jimmy, or Tyler on the court with him. And so those guys will be tasked with doing that. And he doesn't provide enough off ball or defensively to like warrant us kind of shoehorning him into the rotation, if that makes any sense. Like, I just don't feel like he's done anything that forces us to make the play him. And so like, I get it though. Like he's skilled and he offers us something that we don't have, but we can win without him. And that's the point. And we got time to work on his game. Like he got time to work on his defense. I want to come about Caleb Martin, who was our leading scorer, but honestly, I wasn't a fan. Like maybe it was a good game. Maybe I'm tripping. I wasn't a fan of the way he played. Harrison, excuse me. Did you like the way Caleb played tonight?
I haven't enjoyed much of Caleb's play this season. I realized that he was coming off the injury, and they said that his knee was falling off earlier in the year. Whatever they were saying was wrong with him, that he couldn't get on the court. But I don't know. I just feel like he used all his powers in the Celtics series last year, and like the Bills come due. Like, they're going to spend the whole year hoping he gets back to form, and he's not, and then they're going to lose, and he's going to walk for nothing. So, like, again, you don't want Caleb to be your main source of offense. That's really not his game. He had some pretty incredible games in the postseason where he was quite hot, and you could.
We also haven't seen this be true, David Smith. This has not been true this entire season.
So this is also a confusing thing that I think Heat fans do. Like, something will happen. Like last night, they absolutely blew the shit out of that game. Like that was their game, and they blew it in every possible way. And they'll be like, "Oh, you know what we're missing? Tyler Herro." And it's like, "Yo, I watched the Nets game where Tyler Herro played, where they were up by 17 in the fourth quarter, and they blew that game too." Like this is a Heat problem. This is a player issue. This is a player issue. And And so that's where I'm at. Like, I'm not upset that Caleb did the best he could and it wasn't enough. I didn't think they were winning tonight anyway. It's just so this is the problem with the Heat. They are a deep team. They have a bunch of guys that can play basketball. But when the main guys are out, they don't have guys that slide right in and make up for that production. So, for example, right, when Jimmy's out, they have no one that can consistently get to the basket. When Bam's out, they have no one that can do what Bam does, either defensively where he's guarding everybody or offensively where you can tell him to run, point, get the ball and go up court. Like, so these games, and I didn't mean to bring it back to the last point, but I felt like I didn't get to say anything about Jovic, so sorry about this.
Go ahead. Have at it.
So like Alex was saying, kind of what you were mentioning, like you were just playing 30 minutes. Just let that guy play. Who cares if he sucks? Who cares if he misses every goddamn shot? He is not getting that many opportunities to go out there and try. And guess what? If he's amazing, maybe you're increasing his trade value. And another team's like, you know what? We could use a guy like that, when we're ready to compete. Because what's happening is you have this guy that you drafted 2 years ago. You took the best player available at the time. He's not ready to compete now, and he's not going to contribute as a rotation guy. And if that's the case, you have to move him. When Heat fans talk about, oh man, what's going to happen in 5 years? So I have to wait for Jovic's second contract to get something out of him. Like, listen, if this Heat team was bad and Jimmy was at the end and Bam wasn't basically all NBA at this point, sure, you can have a discussion about what these guys are going to be in 3 or 4 years. And I award your patience. That's beautiful, and that's going to be good. Whenever you decide to have a family and things like that, that patience is going to help you. And hopefully that'll help you get into less arguments, unlike myself. But I think that now, as we've been this team that's been so close, but as Ricky mentioned, like hasn't won in a decade, we want to win. That's the goal. That's what they want to do every year. I just think they're often like too much looking at the micro and not looking at the macro picture. And you have to be looking at this stuff all at the same time. So Caleb Martin tonight, fine. He did okay. Like, when can we move that guy? When can we move Kyle Lowry? I don't care if he's played well or, he had that nice game against Cleveland when, for some reason he always plays better when one of Jimmy or Bam are out. Like, when are we moving that guy for other pieces? Because the team is deep, but we don't have what they need to compete. And hey, 9 out of 10, the run they went on, the road trip they had, pretty good, maybe better than we expected. And it's something that, listen, we want to win games because last year was hell, like just hell. And I don't want to go through that again. So I want to win these games. I'd like to see teams be good, and I'd like to compete in the postseason. But as of right now, you see it every night. These injuries are coming up. Haywood's going to miss a month now with the butt injury. Like, they need to bring in pieces that can help Jimmy and Bam succeed, and that's got to be the goal. And they can't wait till February because these injuries are going to keep coming up. Kevin Love can't take a charge every night. He's going to die. He's old. Like, he cannot take charges at this rate. Kyle Lowry's one exorbitant meal away from missing two weeks. So you just cannot have all these things happening at once. You need to bring in other guys that can help. And so, he hasn't been that good since Thanksgiving. We can all admit, like, it happened. He had the great game before, and now it's been a couple stinkers. But
he had to work up appetite. You feel me? You feel me?
Yeah, so when you ask me, like, how did the guy do? He did okay. Like, does it matter in the long run? Like, does his team need to get healthy? Do they need to bring in new blood for the third season in a row? Yeah, I mean, they're not going to do anything until they do that, and we're going to be having these same conversations.
Well, I can tell you why. Like, there's a bit of encouragement to go about Caleb Martin because with Haywood Highsmith going down, Caleb Martin is going to be our starting power forward. You can just kind of bank on that, bro. Like, it is what it is, brother. Like, so Shelton, I'd ask you: do you believe Caleb Martin is going to be the starting forward with Haywood Highsmith missing time, or do you think Spo does something like start Jaquez or some shit like that?
I mean, Caleb will probably be the guy just because they have no other options. I prefer Caleb off the bench. I think he provides more in a 3 role than a 4 role, even if he can play it in limited spurts. I just don't feel like I mean, we saw it last year when he played the first 30 games of the year next to Bam as the starting 4. It just didn't work. Like, I don't know what it was, and then he came off the bench. His best series, his best play was off the bench in the playoffs, and it worked nominally for a short period of time. This is a prime example of everyone that like to sit and say they have more bench talent and they're deeper this year. You're back to square one. Who was the starting point guard last year? Kyle Lowry. He is still your starting point guard. Who is the starting small forward? Jimmy Butler. Who was the starting power forward? Caleb Martin. Bam at the 5. The only difference is Tyler Herro broke his foot.
And we have more culture.
I don't know if they added any additional culture. I will leave that to the experts. I am not an expert of that.
It's time. That's all it is.
But sure. I like Caleb as a player. I just don't like the situation that we currently have him in. And that lends to like me wanting to trade him because I don't want to pay him what he's going to make this offseason. I really think the best option for Caleb Martin is to trade him to another team that wants a wing defender that can score, occasionally 15 to 20 points on some nights and try to get a first round pick for that. If there's a team willing to pony that up. I don't know if there is.
Not right now, it ain't.
Yeah. So maybe this stretch at the 4 and him getting more run is the lead up to that. But I've been led down this path before. The Miami Heat are not going to trade him. They may or may not extend him, but if they do extend him, it's going to be a mistake. And if they don't extend him, they're not going to get anything in return for whatever team he ends up signing with this offseason. So
3 years.
I think that
$7 million.
I think that honestly, Alex, I think the Thunder are that team. I think they're going to be afraid to make a big move because Sam Presti's entire job is basically to continue to break it down so that he can't get fired. So there's no real expectations. But as they continue to play well, as you kind of see that Shai is obviously a star and Chet looks very, 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 very real for them. They're going to need other wings to help. And so a guy like Caleb Martin on that team who just had the playoff experience with Miami makes a ton of sense. Oh, sorry.
I have a philosophical question for y'all. I'm glad you brought up OKC. You trade Caleb for Australian Karl Malone? Threat?
Absolutely. Wouldn't even think twice about it, baby. Bring him. Hey, ain't nothing like what culture could fix for that guy, dog. You know what I'm saying? Bring him to the crib. Give me Giddy.
Wouldn't be the first criminal.
It wouldn't be his first crib either.
Yeah.
That was insane.
Hey, yo.
Thank you, Nasty Man, with the $2 dono. He said, time for another Miami Heat adventure. My brother, you are a couple hours late. Nasty Man again with the $2 dono. He said, I prefer Caleb on the Spurs. I don't know who the Spurs could give us that would
Wemby.
be, but I for Caleb Martin.
The Spurs have no reason to acquire him this season. They could try to sign him next year, but there's no reason for them to trade for him now.
OKC is an interesting one because I do agree that they won't try and make anything big or splashy.
And they have like 40 tradable firsts. They're not going to miss one of them.
Yeah, and then Josh Giddey is also like a PR nightmare for them right now. So this might be prime time for somebody to like try and steal some talent like the Miami Heat, especially somebody like that who can facilitate and all that. These guys all look like
Mac,
trolls
for a better tomorrow, you can promptly close the browser and go to a different stream. We do not care.
Yeah, or give me money before you leave. If you want a better tomorrow, make sure you hit up my man James Pugh and the people over at Simple Health Advisors because insurance does not need to be complicated. Make sure you email our guy or give him a call today and tell him that the basement sent you. Email him at jpugh@simplehealthadvisors.com. Thank you. Or give him a call at 321-345-7738. Again, that number is 321-345-7738. We want to thank my man James Pugh and especially the people over at Simple Health Advisors for sponsoring this network from the beginning because those guys are dope. Make sure you give my guy a call because you need insurance even if you don't think you do. And I haven't heard you talk in a little while. You can tell me what we're going to talk about next because I don't know what question to throw you.
Yeah, I've been trying these last few minutes to find something contrary to say. You know how I do. I mean, you gave Harry a question about Caleb Martin. He went on for 20 minutes about how Pat Riley's senile. All fair, though, by the way, Harry. So that's kind of where I'm coming here to say is I can't necessarily find something contrary to say because Alex also is 100% right. And Pat Riley is not trading Caleb Martin. I cried for him to trade Gabe Vincent and Max Strus last year. He did not. And it all culminated to an NBA Finals run where Max Strus shot 7% from the field. So maybe they should have traded those guys in 100% in hindsight. But I'm going to try to find something positive to say for our guy Mac right here, who I guess doesn't know how to hit Control W, aka close the browser, the block button, or whatever all these people
They call you
do.
sensitive, Sally, bro.
100%. So let's give me that freaky jet. I mean, we can get into Josh Giddey. Josh Giddey,
brother, we cannot get into Josh Giddey. I can tell you that.
No, his fit on the Heat because I like Threat's point. I kind of like what he was saying. We can't talk about his fit on the Heat.
You can't.
Point guard, facilitator, someone who can actually move the ball. I'm out here watching Kyle Lowry. I say every game, our high IQ veteran point guard who's out there jacking up threes at the end of the game. I said I was going to be something positive. Even Cole Swider, he pissed me off today. I don't know. I don't got nothing to say. I want to talk about actually last game versus the Knicks. This man, Jimmy Butler, said after the game, he said, we stopped moving the ball. We started settling for bad shots. I'm like, you got a mouse in your pocket, bro? That was you. You over there taking step back threes. You over there doing fadeaways in the corner with no ball movement. I love you, Jimmy. But what the hell was you doing, dog? I don't know why he'll learn. But then he did end it by saying that he's going to hit the next one. I kind of believe him. I'm not going to lie to you. But that game was on him yesterday. It's very frustrating.
Right. He has lied to me before, Threat, and I think he has lied to me.
I've never seen him hit that step back fadeaway three for game ever in his career.
No, okay, it wasn't for game.
We talked about this last week. He tied it up, but he never hits the game winner ever.
Well, I was about to say,
he can't say, "Oh, he got a good look." It was a step back fadeaway fucking three. What the fuck were you watching? That is not a good look.
Joe, just for me to play devil's advocate, the greatest shot in Jimmy Butler's Miami Heat tenure is a step back fadeaway three against the Milwaukee Bucks.
In round one of the playoffs.
That's the greatest shot in Jimmy Butler's history of the Miami Heat. Name me another shot that was bigger than that one.
The free throw he hit in game 2 of the bubble with no time left. Because he attacked the fucking basket. Actually, that was on the mid, but still.
In the 1999 Eastern Conference Finals.
Jimmy Butler is not Larry Johnson.
I just heard this nigga tell me what Jimmy Butler did while playing for the Heat, and he's talking about 1990. What is wrong with this man?
Yeah, he's still using like the bunny ears to fix his TV. He's way in the past, man. I don't understand what's going on.
he got an antenna with a screwdriver in there to click and turn the damn TV.
Do you know how many bubble tweets I've seen just tonight?
Hold on. Oh yeah, somebody say he's not hitting the next one. Yeah, bro, I don't believe Jimmy Butler gonna hit the next one, bro. There's nothing really interesting for me to talk about from this game because this game is not real. I have deleted it. I want to punt it into the sun. I did not enjoy watching it at all. So I'm finna go to the next one. This show's gonna be very short, guys. I'm sorry. Me and my dog Threat be here sometime, even though we don't play 2K together no more like we used to. You know, because the boy abandoned me, bro. You playing Modern Warfare 3 now?
Yeah, I had to pivot because my point guard left, man. I had to pivot.
Hey, brother, he hurt me too, brother. He hurt me too. The Heat, god damn. Well, the Heat finna play the Bucks next, and we just saw a 30-30-30 game from Giannis, Brook Lopez, and Dame. So I'm gonna start with you, Ricky. Ricky, the boy feeling good?
You know, given what happened last night, I feel amazing. And Miami's gonna go in there. And like I've been trying to say all night tonight, but for some reason my internet connection keeps going out. The Miami Heat are gonna win the championship this season. And if you don't believe that or agree with that, you're a racist. And it's gonna start with a blowout victory against the Milwaukee. I'm sorry.
Shut up. Oh, Ladies and
Oh my
gentlemen,
God!
we got a special treat. I'm finna kick Ricky out here right fast, but we got a special. Never mind. I'm finna put Ricky back and kick out Ant because his internet keep going out. But we got a special treat for y'all, brother. We brought him up, and he's here to defend himself. Ladies and gentlemen, Josh Giddey is joining us on the panel right now.
Oh,
Josh,
yeah.
Speak for your people.
I've officially been drafted by a lover. Kisho spiti, se παρακαλώ. Δεν είμαι αστραλέζικο. Αυτός ο Josh Giddey είναι βλάκας και δεν το ξέρει να τα κάνεις με το... Bro, there's no defending. There's no defending the sick man. And you know what else is sick? The fact that Ricky J. Mark over there is wearing his colors right now. Crazy enough, he is repping OKC's colors, and it makes me fucking sick.
They're Knicks colors, genius. Come on.
Was that English?
Ricky, have a good night. You know, respect, brothers. That's not what's going to go on here. Harrison, the boy feeling good?
No, and never. I actually have a terrible stomach ache unrelated to the heat today, but I'm just I'm doing what I can. I'm powering through, and the sun will come out tomorrow, so I'm doing what I can. But no, I don't feel good about this team going into the Milwaukee game. I think it's going to be pretty bad.
I'm not gonna lie. So this is completely off topic, bro. It is something that we would usually talk about after the stream, but we were playing like a scenario game with my cousins during Thanksgiving, and it was like, "What you gonna do if you were forced to fight like for your wife?" And I was like, "Brother, I'm a married man with 2 children, and I'm lactose intolerant. I ain't fighting shit out here. Like I ain't fighting a bitch ass thing, brother. Like that's it, over with, gang." Shelton, the boy feeling good?
No. It's the Bucks, and they will probably find a way to ruin my agenda of a 40-win season by winning this game because they operate backwards as fuck. Players that should be playing do not play. Players that should not be playing are, well, rest in peace, Drew Smith. Hope you're better soon. Hope you never put on a Miami Heat jersey again. Sorry, brother. But yeah, no, they will probably win this game by like
wait. I'm sorry.
6.
To that point, do y'all know that because this motherfucker is out for the year, that we now have to pay him more money than we would have paid him if his bitch ass had a played?
Hey, this is Mickey Arrison's money. Give him all the fucking money in the world. Give Drew Smith $30 million. I do not care. Make Mickey pay it. Express delivery.
Not on my roster, you ain't. But go ahead, I'm sorry. Finish your dish.
Yeah, no. I mean, I'll touch on your point because that is a good point. And me and Harry were talking about this a little bit. That will make the trade of Kyle Lowry much more doable because now they have no choice. They are either paying the tax or they are trading Kyle Lowry. And Mickey paying the tax for Kyle Lowry seems like a very big stretch. So, yeah. But to the other game, they're going to fucking win by 6 because they do everything wrong.
Yeah. Okay. You made my brain shut down with the tax thing about Kyle Lowry because now I want to go like into a different conversation that I'm not finna have right now. George, the boy feeling good?
You know what's the most crazy thing is? Alex Sheltman, our resident, ethical coach here, has decided to give Drew Smith $30 million, and he got.
Did he just call Sheltman our ethical coach?
I thought he said ethnical coach, which seems worse.
Listen to me,
both
Sheltman.
are bad.
Listen to me, Sheltman. You saw how quickly I brought the chairman back up on this panel as soon as I thought some foolery was going on, brother. Huh?
Hey, I was the one that removed George as well.
All I'm saying is that Roy's out here advocating.
I am a role player.
For another black man not to get $30 million.
Oh, he said it again. He said it again.
He's triggering me.
Incredible. That's crazy.
Brother,
I don't feel safe.
The gall of these folks, they just treat us like we're not human, King. It's
ironic because Gaul is where a lot of them come from. It's now known as France. And what is France known for? The whites.
Come on now.
3D
3D chess, King.
Gaul.
3D.
Right here.
3D
Oh yeah,
chess game.
yeah. I don't care how uncomfortable you getting, Harry.
Mhm.
Feel it. Feel it.
I'd like
Live in
to. I'd like to speak about something that someone named Caleb.
So you want to pivot the conversation, huh?
Wow,
Brother, you try to dictate. Censor our speech. No. By all means, please. You have the floor. You talk about what you want.
All I was going to say is that Caleb how big are Harry's hands? That's all I want to know.
Lower your voice.
Why you
lower your
just
voice?
lower that
I heard the
tone.
show. It's my
Lower your
show.
voice.
You
Why you
own.
yelling?
You own. Did you
Your
say you
show.
own? You own the show.
I own
so
it.
you own it.
Own it.
I want you to do me a favor. Remove this cracker from my show.
Brother.
That's crazy.
My guy made this joke now. They are outrageous, brother. They think in their country, when they don't see none of us, they think they the coolest people out there. And that's very dangerous. The foreign whites are insane. King
You
Threat.
got your gods from our continent, all right? Relax.
We're going to thank David Sasson with the $5. He said Cole Spider is Surfside Duncan Robinson with NASA credentials and no idea how to play zone defense. Brother, I saw a possession where Cole Spider was on the bottom of the zone. And it was when Nico was in the game. Ricky, you are insane. But like nobody was in Cole Swider's corner. And he just kept like bouncing back and forth, guarding Aaron for like 5 minutes. Threat, the boy feeling good about the next game?
The boy feeling amazing. I get to watch Dame Lillard play. It's an honor. It's a privilege every single time he laces them up. So I'll be tuned in.
One of the 75 greatest, huh?
Yeah, tuned in and tooted up.
Whoa.
What's going on?
Oh my God, I'm not muted. Or am I?
Brother, you wanted to say that in silence? And like in your own home? You wanted to say that in your private time, huh?
I can explain.
See, no need for explanation. Love is love, brother.
Oh, now you say it, right? But let me say hello to a Jenny, and all of a sudden I got allegations.
Hey, brother. We talking about me right now. We're not talking about you. My opinion, I cannot yell because my voice is fading fast. But this is in front of the hoes, ladies and gentlemen. And you know when prime time come, the prime time heat show up. So he about to blow that shit out, fuck is y'all talking, man. Bam, Jimmy. And of course, the man himself, Duncan, about to be back, okay? That's the problem. See, people have this team needs Duncan to win, all right? You feel me? So the Duncan Robinson piece is the straw that stirs the drink, okay? Bam, Jimmy, yeah, either one of them can come and they can go. But Duncan, that's the talent that this team needs to win the game. And when he returns, brother, all will be right with the world. Surround Duncan with the scrubs and let him. Y'all seeing my wife out here? Brother, all right. Play the video, bro. Where the video at, bro? Bro, play the video, bro. I ain't even thanking niggas today, bro. Play the fucking, what a video, bro. That's not even the video. Play the video! I'm trying to find it for me to play.
Oh yeah. We packing somebody up tonight. Hey. Come on in, take